Sound of birds chirping, rustling leaves. All right, picture this. High up in the tallest oak tree on the block sits Numbnuz the squirrel. He's the undisputed king of this treetop kingdom. A furry little tyrant with a fluffy tail and an ego to match. For weeks, he's had his usual routine, taunting the grumpy cat next door, stealing birdseed, squirrel stuff. But today is different. Curious, playful music begins. From his leafy perch, Numbnuz spots something new. Down below in the pristine green grass are two tiny, trembling things. He squints his beady little eyes. They're dogs, sure, but miniature. He sees Mia and Simon, two chihuahuas, yapping and zipping around the yard like little wind-up toys. And boy, were they noisy. Yip, yap, yip. It was like a squeaky toy symphony, and frankly, it was getting on Numbnuz's last nerve. He watched them, a smirk growing on his furry face. Look at them, he chittered to himself. All that noise from such tiny creatures. I'm 10 times mightier than those two fluff balls combined. An idea, a mischievous, brilliant idea, began to spark in his squirrel brain. This was a golden opportunity. This was going to be fun. It was time to torment Mia and Simon. Music tempo increases slightly, becoming more sneaky. Slowly, cautiously, Numbnuz began his descent. He moved like a shadow, low to the ground, his tail twitching with anticipation. He didn't know what to expect from these noisy little critters, so a stealthy approach was key. He targeted the boy, Simon, who seemed a bit more distracted. Like a flash of gray lightning, Numbnuz darted out, stopping just a few feet from Simon's nose, and did a little tail flick taunt. It worked perfectly. Simon's eyes went wide, and with a furious volley of yaps, he gave chase. Numbnuz cackled, easily staying just ahead of the little dog's snapping jaws. This was too easy, but he'd made a critical error. He hadn't counted on Mia. Seeing her brother in hot pursuit of a furry menace, Mia sprang into action. She cut him off, a tiny bug-eyed blur of protective fury. Music becomes tense, a little dramatic. Suddenly, the hunter became the hunted. Numbnuz skidded to a halt. He was trapped. Pinned against the fence was Simon to his left and Mia to his right. The two chihuahuas closed in, their little chests puffed out, growling with all their might. They looked at each other, a silent agreement passing between them. They had him. This squirrel was going to be their dinner. Numbnuz could almost hear them thinking. We got him now! Sudden, triumphant musical flourish, but they underestimated their opponent. This wasn't just any squirrel, this was Numbnuz. In a move that defied physics, he launched himself straight up, ricocheted off the fence post right between their heads, did a mid-air somersault over Mia's surprised face, and landed gracefully on the other side. Before they could even turn around, he was already halfway up the oak tree. He scampered to his favorite branch, his heart still thumping with adrenaline. He looked down at the two very confused chihuahuas still barking at the fence. He let out a triumphant chitter. That was a close one, but man, was it a rush. He settled in, his tail wrapped around him, already cooling off and planning his next ambush. Round one went to the squirrel. Mia and Simon had no idea what they were in for.